Well, the battle over net neutrality is back in the spotlight this week as the FCC prepares to vote on loosening regulations. Many on the left are up in arms, but a new poll this morning reveals that 51% of Americans believe the internet should not be regulated by the government.
Yeah, one of the last free spaces on earth. So why are leftist groups protesting the chairman in his own neighborhood, in his backyard, in his front yard, with more protests planned outside his home today? The chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, Ajit Pai, joins us now. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for joining us this morning. So first, these protests. They're outside your house, in your neighborhood, plastering flyers on your neighbors' doors as well. Why are they doing this?
Well, I think this is an important issue, and people feel very passionately about it. And so this particular group felt the need to let my neighbors know what they thought as well. And look, it's a free country, but at the end of the day, I'm going to stay focused on the facts and try to be as civil as I can be to every American who's involved in the debate.
They've been putting door hangers on your neighbors' houses with things that say, "Have you seen this man?" Have any neighbors come up to you about this?
A few of them have, and they got a laugh out of it. So, yeah, we actually have seen him. We just talked to him the other day as he was mowing the lawn, and you know, they've had a pretty good sense of humor about it. And whether they agree or not on any particular FCC issue, they've been really supportive. And so I really am grateful to them for their friendship and their wisdom.
Well, you're not getting a lot of friendship from leftists like John Oliver, the disciple of the former Daily Show. He's every week bringing up this issue, telling people to go to the website, go to your home. What's it like, and complain. What's it like to be under the spotlight like that?
It's a change of pace, to be sure, but at the end of the day, I really want to make sure that every American who has an interest in this issue has his or her say. And that's the basic purpose of the FCC, is to open a public conversation. And if they want to participate in the conversation, we're more than happy to engage them.
Well, it seems like the left, and not necessarily just those on the left, but small business owners and others have kind of maybe owned this conversation and forcing maybe the right to play defense on this. Their argument is that, hey, if there's a small store, a small business, up against some big business, they should have an equal right to internet access, just like the big business does, so that their speeds aren't slower, they have access to the same things. How do you battle, are you up against that argument, and is that a fair assessment?
Well, I think the basic framing of this issue is wrong. The essential question is, how do you want the internet to be governed? Do you want it to be heavily regulated by government lawyers as a slow-moving utility, or do you want light touch regulation so that we get more investment in the networks, more innovation online, more consumers benefiting from the digital economy? I tend to take the latter view, as did President Clinton, as did President Bush, as did President Obama during the first 6 years of his tenure. And so all we're proposing to do is return to that light touch, market-based regulation that has served consumers across the country so well for almost 20 years.
If you had a situation where, here's the argument, right, that you have, for instance, Comcast, which owns Hulu, which owns NBC, right, and one night you're surfing through the internet and you want to watch Hulu and it loads like that because Comcast owns it and it makes it fast. You want to jump over to Netflix, they don't own it, it's slow. If something like that were to happen, where would the FCC come down?
Two different points. First and foremost, that does not happen, has not happened in the digital economy that we've had. Second of all, if it did happen, if we saw an example of any kind of anti-competitive conduct, that is squarely something that the antitrust authorities at the Federal Trade Commission or the Justice Department are empowered to take action on. And that's the last thing we want to see, of course, is anti-competitive conduct.
Sure. And, of course, in a capitalist country, you can change the channel or go to a different service if you want to in a free economy.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, Ajit Pai, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.